So welcome back. Here's part 3 of Apps 2. Course, this is actually what we're going to end up having at the end of this. Just to kind of refresh your memory here, we've got a 3D scene with a ship going through it, and attached to the ship is the heads-up display for the text that's being read to the player. Welcome, Commander. I hope you like your new ship, etc. So that's what we're going to make next. I'm going to switch back over to where we were at last. This is the finished one. This is where we left off with last time. So what we need to do is create a world space camera canvas underneath the Sci-Fi Fighter AK-5. By the way, there's a what we really want here is we want a the desired effect would essentially be to have kind of like a UI that's being drawn relative to the drawing space of the screen, so that kind of flows with the third-person character. Similar to what you might see in games like Dead Space with the inventory manager system that they've got in Dead Space, or Deus Ex has Deus Ex Human Revolution has some of that as well. Actually, Deus Ex HR has quite a bit of impressive HUD stuff. But anyway, that's besides the point. Today, ways of doing this are usually with render textures, but you need the Pro version of Unity for that. You can kind of hack through this with legacy GUI. Not really a good idea. Lots of crazy code involved and whatnot. Or we can do it with shaders, but the other way that it comes down to is actually using a world space canvas that moves with the player. So with the world space canvas, we literally get to take it and move it anywhere. So we're going to move it around with us, and it acts almost like a render texture. Render textures are the limitation for the Pro license that you need the Pro license for it, but a world space canvas is going to act very similar to a render texture. So we're going to set up a world space canvas. World space canvases can also enable you to build pretty cool things like a TV screen, information boards flowing, a computer terminal you're interacting with, something like that. So the overall, I'm going to just kind of flowchart the overall steps we're going to take here. Let me throw up a notepad quick. Good old notepad. Actually, no, I like Sublime better. Sublime will work. I'm going to throw that up. Why is it taking so long? There's my wonderful Sublime. So, just going to use this to chart out what we need to do. We need a panel in the top left. This is going to be our information image, noting that there is information that they're giving you. We're going to have a child image of this, which is going to be for avatar, and that's going to be in the top left. And then we also want a panel for the text background that you're reading. And then we want a text control sized area, or the panel area. That's going to be a child of the text panel. So that's going to be where the text actually resides. We're going to go ahead and create this by basically doing creating a nice big canvas at one resolution that's going to suit all our art assets needs. So So in practice, the way that most people would create a world space canvas would be using it just like as if it was a render texture. So we're going to create our canvas. I'm going to go ahead and say create UI canvas. I'm going to call it world space camera canvas. Go to scene view 2D, and we want to set this render mode to world space. So there we've got as world space. We're going to try 700 by 400 for this one. Should be a good size for the text. So next up, we need to create the UI elements and add it to the canvas how we want to. So we're going to add some panels. Remember, we're going to be adding 2 panels, one for the information image itself and one for the text background. So we're going to change the source image here to backdrop dark. There we go. And we're going to add another panel to the canvas. I'm going to call this, oh, I forgot to name this. It's going to be called our text area. And this one can be called our avatar area. And our avatar area can have the source image of HUD unselected. And we need to resize this so that's only in the top left-hand corner, just like we had before. All right. Next, we want to actually add our text component. So we're going to right-click on text area. We're going to add UI text. Resize this. Ah, darn it. Hold on. Resize this to fit area, something like that, probably. Set our text color to white. So we can actually see it. And now you can actually see it. So, just if we play this. Oh, we're not seeing it yet, so I need to make some modifications. So you'll notice that it's not showing up yet. We need to fix that. So I'm trying to rotate my thing so it can actually be seen. Also, I just briefly move this text area down so that it sort of appears here, and the rest will be just the background. I want to rotate it. It's hard to tell in reference to, there we go, it's almost there. Might have to change the position too, it looks like. I don't have any exact coordinates on this stuff, guys, so just sort of bear with me for a moment. I'm going to move it up a little bit. It's getting there, and then bring it back over. Alright, I am going to take this offline and putz with this for a little bit. I'll come back and give you some numbers. Okay, I found that 22, -8, 34 worked pretty good. Now I'm just going to move it down a little bit. That's getting there. There we go, that should be pretty good. So now what we need to do is actually add our text to it, which I typed out earlier. Oops, that's not it. Well, I'm just going to make something up. What was it? Welcome, Commander. Actually, you know what would be really pertinent and important to do here is to paste in the opening lines of what was that movie from the 80s with it's like Thunder Rider or something. I gotta figure this out. This is gonna bug me, but I definitely want this in there. So hold on. Oh, I figured it out. It is The Last Starfighter. There's a very memorable opening line where basically the kid is playing, and this is very important stuff, you guys. The kid is playing a video game, and he gets recruited by the Zul Armada or something like that. Of course, because that's exactly what happens. And there is an opening line there, and I think it would be applicable to paste that in here. Here we go. Very important stuff. Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. So that is what we're going to paste here. That is far better than what I got from this tutorial. That is awesome. I'm very proud of myself. Alright, I'm going to save that, and I am going to add a image to the avatar area. So I'm going to go to Add UI, Image. Spread I'm going to choose is going to be the image of that girl. There we go. I think she needs to show up maybe like down here or something. I don't know, something like that. There we go. Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zero and the Kodan Armada. And our things work. And so in a normal setup here, you wouldn't be pointing and clicking on this stuff. You would actually be controlling the health bar via other means, which I wanted to talk about briefly. The thing we'd want to unset is the interactable field, which exists right here. So now if we play it, oh, I want to click it when it's not in play mode. Now if we click it, it is, the bottom one is not interactable, which is what we want. So I'm going to change that for both of these, and then I'm going to modify the slider code that's in the ship to actually move it down gradually over time. So to do that, I'm going to go into some code here. I'm going to go into the ship move code, Oh, I don't want Visual Studio. Hold on a second. Well, okay, I might as well. I'm going to wait for Visual Studio to load here. While I'm waiting for this to load, I'll explain what we're about to do. So we're just basically on the tick. We're just going to move the health panel down. Unfortunately, I can't click on anything right now, so that's not helping anything. But I will pause the video. Actually, I tell you what. This what we're going to do as our last video. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. And once Visual Studio is loaded, I will record the last video for this tutorial.